to take separate cars because we're stopping at Lowe's because I kind of wanted some flowers or something. It's Saturday, by the way, Saturday 4/25. Yeah, I wanted some flowers because I don't really have any. Apparently, like, I mean, like, I kind of get it, but apparently they don't usually have a lot of gardens that have flowers. But to me, I'm like, I'm gonna get flowers out there now. I want to start drawing some pollinators to my area because that's gonna be really important for my crops. So, and I'm obviously taking a little bit more of a decorative route to some of the parts of my garden. I'm not just doing rows. Most people seem to just do like rows. It's purely for, you know, food production. That's totally get it. Totally part of the point. But I don't know. I want it to be a place that I want to be able to sit in once it's, you know, reasonable to go sit somewhere outdoors for a while. You know what I'm saying. So I guess we'll see too if all that stuff that I planted made it, because some of those smaller ones I was a little worried about them being there overnight. But hopefully the majority of it is okay. I mean, they're cold weather crops. Okay, so we're out here. I have my wife over there pulling weeds, and we're gonna plant some potatoes. We got these really pretty flowers at Lowe's. Yeah, potatoes, onions, roots. I have my box of seeds in here somewhere, full of things that I want to get in the ground. I'm probably not going to get all of those in the ground, realistically. Also, my dad brought us tools. Check this out. I don't think I'm going to break this one. So I planted my first row right here, and it's almost all of the kaleidoscope carrots, but I put a few Parisian carrots at the end just because I ran out of tape. But yeah, I'm just gonna save the second row here for a succession planting of carrots, so I can put some in, and then in a few weeks, and I'll have more carrots. Alrighty, so we've got this. This is all the stuff that I planted last time, and it's alive. I'm happy to say that it is still living. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through and poke some holes and put some radish seeds in. I've got them in. Actually put my apron on so that I can have more space for seeds. So where to put them? I'll put them in here. I've got French breakfast, gourmet blend, and then I think just like cherry radishes. So gonna get them done. Let's get planting. Yeah, I just got them little scattered radishes throughout this section. I didn't plant too many because we don't really eat radishes that much, but alright, so I had to figure out where I wanted to put my onions. I have two different kinds. I got this little bag of shallots. It's a cute little bag of shallots. Yeah, I like shallots a lot. And then I also got a whole box of red onions because I eat a lot of red onions. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go along this fence line here that I've created and put in as many as until I get bored, and then the rest of them I'm just going to hold on to, and then as I talk to more people around me, I might try to give some away, because I don't need like 200 onions, because that's about what I have here. do not 100% know what I'm doing. I do understand the concept of potatoes. So Becca did kindly dig me 2 potato trenches, and I'm gonna do the next one. I think we're gonna end up having a total of 5, maybe. So I just kind of laid out where the potatoes are going to go, and then you kind of mound up soil every time they get 8 inches. I think I'll do it twice. So yeah, these are just called all blue potatoes, and then these are red Norland potatoes. I've got a couple other kinds that I'm gonna work on, but I am gonna do the next trench because it is very labor intensive. The potatoes are done. I'm gonna take all these flowers that we just got and make a little flower circle. I kind of laid out roughly where we're gonna need little pathways to get out of this little central area, but yeah, I'm gonna plant some cute little plants around it, and I'm starting to come up with a better vision of where some of the other stuff will go. So, but I need to get this done because I'm running out of time before we need to head out. So we got a lot done today. I didn't show everything towards the end because we were kind of rushing against the clock there, because I really did want to get out of there before 1, which it's 1:09, so we did succeed in that. I planted those flowers. I'll show you them next day that I go there. I had Becca plant beets and turnips, Sheboyne white turnips. They're like salad turnips. And I was like, yeah, just scatter them, you know, lightly through here. And she dumped the whole packet in the row, which, like, I should have been more specific. But hey, it's not that big a deal. I can buy more turnip seeds. So, yeah, I had her plant that, and then we planted some Chioggia beets as well. I'm not a huge beet fan either, but it's a thing. I'm very wet because I took a shower, but I basically came out here today just to kind of check on everything, since it rained a little since Saturday, and I don't know, I was a little concerned. There's definitely going to be some work that's going to need to be done with the pathways, because there's definitely holding up mud where the ground has been packed down even more, but that's okay. I kind of figured that would happen, but let me just quick show you what we got done all together on Saturday. So, brief little garden tour, and then I'm going home. I didn't really want to get anything done today. I just kind of wanted to check on everything, like I said, so yeah. Today's Wednesday, and yesterday, as I was thinking about things, I realized that my understanding of where north and south were at the garden was wrong. So I think I figured out where I'm going to put the tomatoes. That's my main concern. That's going to be the tallest, most dense thing that I'm going to have. I'll just work around that. So right now I'm basically sitting here with all of my little boxes of seeds and trying to decide what we're going to do this weekend. I went there on Monday to check on things, and it's fine. It's supposed to rain the next couple days, so I'm not really super concerned with what's going on over there. But I think Saturday we're going to go out again and try to get a lot of work done. So I'm kind of saving the bulk of the work for then. Thinning seedlings is really hard, but honestly, I don't need this many okra. I don't have enough space for this mini okra. Oh boy. So I came outside to get some fresh air. It is Friday, I am done working, and I wanted to show you some cool stuff. First of all, look how amazing my little fig tree looks. It's still getting more leaves. This is the most leaves that's had. I think this is the 3rd year that I've had it, and yeah, you can see there's a leaf there still growing in. More little baby leaves. It's really happy. I haven't done anything different with it this year, so I don't know what has changed, but it is a pretty happy guy, I'd say. And I've got these baby pea plants starting to grow here. So this one is Little Marvel, which I think is a bush variety, but I put this little trellis on it and it seems to be enjoying that. And then here are my Tom Thumb peas, and there's actually blooms on them, which is really exciting. Look at those little guys. Hold on, let me see if this works. Look at them. Some of my lettuce died off, but I've got lettuce. And then this, I'm gonna have to go back out again. That is my mint. It's ginormous. So we're gonna get some rum and some limes and make some mojitos this weekend. And then possibly dry some of it as well, because this thing is gonna keep growing and it has taken over this little pot. And I'm not mad about it. It's nice to have a big lush guy. Also, I pulled all of these out. I'm gonna let them sit out overnight because they are gonna go out to the garden. So yeah. And this is Louie. He likes to roll in the dirt, don't you, bud? Louie. Hi, buddy. Good morning. It is Saturday again, and we are out at the gardens, and Becca had to leave to get us more dirt because we are now realizing how important of mending this soil is going to be. It is so clay. Yeah, so I am unloading the wagon. She's going to buy some dirt, and we're going to get some more stuff in the ground today. I have brought my cucumber plants out. I have brought some started nasturtiums out. And, yeah, gonna grow some shit. My goal right now is to empty out the wagon so that when she comes back, she'll be able to use it to bring all the dirt down. But I appreciate my wife retrieving dirt for me. So this is the dirt patch that I'm gonna put these cucumbers in. I've got long white cucumber, bush pickle, and then lemon cucumber. So I think the lemon and the long white I'm gonna put on a trellis, and then the bush pickle I'll just put in front. Hopefully it'll look kind of cool. I have some materials. This is the dirt piles from last week. I'm going to try to build something out of this. I haven't quite decided how that's going to work yet, but it should be interesting. Suitably majestic for a cucumber hatch, so I'm gonna plant these guys. I think I'm gonna put the nasturtiums down there. See, I don't mind these. This is my pile of weeds, but I got nasturtiums planted, and then all along here I have various cucumbers on my little whimsical trellis. So, the friendly neighboring gardener left, whom I'm talking to the video. Well, the friendly neighboring gardener left, the one who makes me feel inadequate, because they very clearly have a plan. Like, the guy very clearly, like, knows what he's doing. So they have very neat rows of things, and here I am, and I'm like, I have a stone circle. I'm sorry, what is it called? The stone zone. The stone zone. We have the stone zone, and set our chairs up here today, so we could eat breakfast while we figured out our plan. I tried to offer them onions and potatoes, but they don't have room, so that's okay. I still have them. I'll figure something out. But they very kindly gave me some kale and broccoli, so I have to find a place to put those. But that was very nice. They're very friendly. Yeah, like they I don't know if you could hear her because it's like so loud with this weird little plane thing flying, but they seem like they're happy to like have people next to them that will talk to them. So yeah, let's dig some more holes. All right, so we have a little sea of mounds of fertilizer, so just kind of go over what I did here. These peas were looking a little sad, so I just put some fresh fertilizer on top of them. I might come back with more peas now that there's something for them to latch onto, just in case stuff doesn't perk up, but I'm kind of hoping that some of the ones I already planted will wake up. Here is where my three sisters' garden will be. So I planted corn today. I have glass gem corn, and I planted a bunch on the top of this mound, and then I will plant beans after a few weeks once they come up, and then I will plant squash. So I'm just gonna go over the different melons and squashes just in case I lose markers, since I just have little teeny tiny markers. So here, little teeny Bush Sugar Baby watermelons. This is Delicata squash. These I actually saved from ones that I got from the market last year. Here is my one teeny tiny Moon and Stars watermelon that started. I might start a few more just in case this one doesn't make it. Here we have Cocozelle squash. It's kind of like zucchini, but it's like lighter with stripes. This one is Charente melon. They look a little bit like honeydew, or not honeydew, the other one, cantaloupe. This is Black Beauty zucchini. That's just kind of like a standard zucchini. Look how nice they look. These were the free seeds that came with the garden plot that I sprouted some of those. This is Hearts of Gold cantaloupe. Here, this is White Bush scallop squash. So they're basically like, why can't I remember what they're called? They're just like little guys. I don't know. They're really good. We had some of those last year from the market. So I purchased seeds. Honeydew green flesh. And then over here is the early summer crookneck squash. So that's just like a yellow squash. And then while I was going through, I thought some of these seeds hadn't sprouted, but I have one teeny tiny of this Sahara yellow watermelon that is trying. So I'm gonna nurture it a little bit. Wow. Wow. Wait, you're right about the make sure that you do both arms.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy and lady in the water.
Just like one.
Keeping eye contact with like the werewolf in the pool.
Okay. You don't have to film anymore.
This looks fucking silly. This is my garden right now. Look at all the cups. Well, maybe I'll save a few of them. That's all I can hope for. Oh, it looks so sad out here, but look, green stuff. That looks even better than yesterday. Oh boy. The cabbage actually looks pretty happy. It got a lot of rain, and like the broccoli and stuff. They definitely needed a drink. Oh lordy. So silly. And then here's little peas look happy. They'll keep being happy. Maybe eventually we'll get some corn. Alright. I'm getting out of here with my dirty ass boots. Alright, so I did have a wind problem with my cups, but it looks like the majority of them stayed on, and the rest of them I managed to run around and grab without like trampling on people's stuff. But I feel bad because there's probably a stray cup here or there that I couldn't get to, and like the ground is too soggy for me to just like tiptoe and grab it. So yeah, oh well. So everything looks okay. I mean, They don't look majorly happy. They're probably a little frostbitten, but it's supposed to be okay today, so I'm hoping that like they'll perk up with some warmth and sunshine. Yeah, I put my sunglasses on because it is quite sunny today, and the wind seems to be finally dying down a little bit. Yeah, like I said, they don't look like perfect, but they just might pull through. So my wife has gone to get me more dirt, and we're gonna plant beans today. And I have some other plants, like herbs and stuff that I brought, that I'll probably be finding homes for today, as well as some other seeds that I sprouted that I'm gonna try to plant. So we'll see. I'm not anticipating a super long day, but I think the bean planting is gonna be probably the biggest push for today. So yeah, I'm gonna get going, but I'll check back in with you once I figure out what's gonna happen. I have these little teeny grape hyacinths here, and the reason that I'm planting them is because my paternal grandmother in her garden always had grape hyacinths. I always grew up calling them bluebells. Apparently that's a regional thing. They're grape hyacinths because bluebells are a completely different plant, but I did find these at Home Depot, and I was very excited. So yeah, so I planted some stuff in the ground. I'm waiting for Becca to get back, but I think this is gonna be a power through it kind of day. I'm not gonna film a ton just because it's so cold. Like, I'm getting sniffly, and even with like moving around and trying to get stuff done, it's just not warming up today, and I don't know how long it's gonna take to warm up today. So I'm just gonna power through till she gets here planting some of this stuff, and then like I think I'm gonna have her help me get the dirt out, and we're just gonna like bam 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 plant some beans and then go home. I didn't have as much to do today other than just planting these plants I already bought and like taking care of all of the bean stuff. And yeah, I'm not gonna try to, what the fuck is this person doing? We're not gonna try to do too much more because I really just don't want to be out here because it's so cold and windy. Happy Sunday. So I'm sure you've noticed that I'm wearing a sweater right now and a hat as if it were winter. And that's because it's currently, according to my car, 43 degrees out. But we had another freeze last night, so that's 2 nights in a row with a freeze. I had already taken all of my makeshift frost coverings off, so I did not have time to go back out and put them back on by the time I realized there was another freeze warning. So I don't know what I'm gonna find this morning. I also don't know how long it takes for like frost damage to show on plants, so I guess we're gonna see if there's anything, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. Supposedly today, tomorrow, Tuesday are all supposed to be shit weather-wise, and then it's supposed to like go back to being seasonably appropriate temperatures. But I'm just frustrated, you know, like I put all this stuff out. I waited a little bit extra time after like when we had our last frost. I kept an eye on it, and this fucking polar vortex just like swept right in. And like, it's not the end of the world. Some of the stuff I can buy new plants, some of them I can just, you know, germinate some more seeds, plant more plants. It's fine, but it's just frustrating that like I put all this work in, and I thought I had accounted for plenty of time for this stuff to be okay, and so unfortunately there is definitely some damage. Some stuff looks like it might hold in there if like it weren't going to be freezing cold, but some of it's looking pretty bad. So here, you know, these are the herbs that I planted yesterday. There's a bunch of basil. The purple basil is pretty much dead. Some of these are my cucumbers, you can kind of see. how the edges are curling a little. You can tell that they have some damage. Some of them are just starting to shrivel up and die. Like, some of them are completely dead. But yeah, these purple basils are like gone. Heading over here, the flowers are fine. Those are all the beans that I planted yesterday. Squash, some of them are looking pretty bad. Some of the stuff that I planted last night or yesterday is fine. Stuff like rosemary, thyme, those are fine. I don't know if everything's gonna make it, but some of them are okay. There's dill, that kind of stuff. Yeah, the squash, it's kind of hard to tell right now, but some of them are starting to curl up. Get brown patches. You know, these real little ones, I don't really have a lot of hope that these tiny ones are gonna make it. So that's stuff I'm either gonna have to give up on or replant. Here's some Black Beauty zucchini. These were some of the biggest things that I had. They're curling up. Those are the tiny bush sugar baby watermelon. And honestly, at this point, I don't know that I really have any good mechanism for covering this stuff. I'm not like giving up by any means, but it's a setback, and I'm not gonna put all of my energy into trying to save these plants that are already damaged when I'd rather just see what happens in the next couple days, and I can put my energy into figuring out what the next, wave of planning will be, what I'm gonna do from there. So yeah, it's still cold. I'm going to go grocery shopping for the week, so I don't want to be out here anymore. That's the other thing, is it's just way too cold to get any significant amount of work done. The wind is still blowing and it's uncomfortable, so this year sucks. So it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, honestly. Let me show you. So the cucumbers are still alive, most of them, but they're looking a little rough. I'm gonna give them a chance though, because honestly, if they're still here, I'm willing to let them try. The lemon cucumbers look like they got hit the worst, and all of this basil, sorry for my shadow, all this basil pretty much got hit, but I do have another pack of basil. I'm actually seeing a couple more potatoes. It might be a little hard to see, but that's the original potato I saw. I see some more of them coming up. Once again, this earth is super dry, so I know that's probably going to be a struggle. That's where I planted my beans last week. I wasn't really expecting much movement there. Honestly, a lot of this stuff looks like it just needs a drink. Coming through here, these little guys look fine. Honestly, this very thick patch of turnips that my wife sowed is fine. And I've got a couple little beets along here as well. Cabbage, most of that looks fine. Honestly, the only thing there that looks like it's having a hard time is this pak choi that I literally just sowed the other day. Looking very rough. So, yeah, that might be, I don't know that that's gonna do anything, but that's okay. The Swiss chard's still looking pretty rough. The kale's even still doing okay though, which is good. And again, when I'm pruning stuff, I'm just kind of dropping it in its place and letting it rejoin the soil. This lettuce looks incredible. Some of them aren't doing as well, but this one for some reason is good. And then these are my cauliflowers, still doing fine. Some of these herbs that I sowed definitely need a drink, but they're not in terrible shape. Carrots still haven't really come up. They would be coming up along here though eventually, hopefully. And these are the peas that I planted that first time when I made this trellis. They're starting to come up. The ones that I transplanted
look sad, but I think they'll be okay with a drink of water. This is my Three Sisters mound. I still haven't seen any corn sprout. I'm a little suspicious that the birds might have gotten to it already, so I might try to sprout some corn at home and bring it out. What's this? Yeah, that's the sign for that one. And here was to the part that was making me the most sad and I was really worried about. Bush sugar, I think I lost. This is what's left. It's just kind of a tiny shriveled up thing. I'll water it, but I don't have a lot of hope for that one. I don't remember what kind of squash this was, but it's not doing fantastic. But like, it's not as bad as I was expecting. Like, this one looks fine. This one definitely has damage, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. This is my one lonely moon and star. Once again, doesn't look great, but I'm gonna water it and see. I don't know, like, I don't know how far gone something is. These are the Cocozelle squash. You know, you can see their leaves are kind of shriveled up on the edges. This is, from what I understand, signs of frost damage. This right here. Delicata, I still even have one. The Black Beauty, you can kind of see that this one was hit the hardest. You can see how bad this one looks. But this one looks kind of okay. So, yeah, like I said, I'm honestly... Maybe that was the Charente melon? I found a marker. That might be the one from over there. Hearts of Gold. Oops, I just stepped on an onion. Hearts of Gold, and yeah, look. Onions are coming up just fine. We have a whole line of onions here. My wife helped me plant them, and they are like all coming up. So yeah, this is cantaloupe. Once again, we've got one that's not doing so great, but we've got one that's kind of okay. This I'm excited about, the white bush scallop squash, which are kind of like a patty pan squash. Both of them look really good. This is my honeydew. Once again, one is kind of bleh, but one is kind of okay. Those were pumpkins that I just planted, so they're not really going to be doing anything. I don't know if that's just like a poop or something. And then this is yellow squash. And that, once again, not too bad, and it even has new growth. I am so sweaty right now. Leaving the garden, I think I'm gonna stop somewhere and get like a large soda because I am parched and sweaty and now dirty. But I feel really good about what I saw. Honestly, I thought literally everything was gonna be dead. Like, I thought I was gonna get out there and every single plant was gonna be dead. I definitely lost some basil, but I already have more basil growing in my back burner already. Got some purple basil, which is one of the main things that I lost. I put some like regular sweet basil out there today. Yeah, all in all, I think I kind of lucked out. I don't feel like I have lost any significant amount of my plants. I think maybe some of those squash that and like melons and stuff that were out there might be a little stunted from the cold, but I'm hoping that like warming up will help them out, because right now I can't get any watermelons or any kind of melons. And if not, like I said, I'll probably just pop those Sakata sweet melons back out and then maybe wait around and see if, you know, someone ends up having a ton of watermelon. I don't trust people to not just like cut over into this lane. But honestly, we'll see what happens. If it's a loss, it's a loss. But I feel a lot better going out there and not seeing every single one of those little plants shriveled up. Like, at least there's not total and utter destruction. There's something left for me to hope for, so that's good. This bow is ridiculous. I just needed a headband to keep my hair out of my face while I've been doing stuff around the house. And this was the first one that I found. I don't know why I bought this. Yeah, so I just wanted to wrap up this video. I'm actually sitting out here getting ready for all the stuff that I want to do tomorrow. I haven't been able to check the garden today, but it is supposed to rain tonight, so I'm not super concerned about it. And it was pretty warm today, so I hope everything got a lot of good sunshine. So I will see you next time. Thank you guys for watching.
And I hope that you're growing lots of cool stuff. Bye.